What's good, y'all? Welcome back. I'm so excited to be hopping back in again for another week of my tarot energy forecast. This week we're moving into April 14th all the way to the 21st of April. For those that are new, what's goody? I'm your girl Tatianna Tarot. You can find me here mostly on Sundays or Mondays with a new video for the week ahead, giving you the 411 on what to expect energetically, using tarot, oracle cards, and some channeling in between. You will see me in and out because I have just relocated from Bali, Indonesia. For those that don't know, I have been living there for close to 2 years with my baby girl. And now we have moved to a new location. I will be letting you know what that location is when we're nice and settled and everything is squared off. We have a new home. We've hired staff. Sahara's looking for a new school, and so once everything is all settled, I will be more than happy to share with you where we are posted, our new space, and all about this place that I know that you guys are gonna love and be so excited to hear about. But other than that, that is why you may see me here and there. I will try to be more consistent, but that is just not a guarantee. As you well know, child, I've been moving during this eclipse too. It was the new year. I literally moved on the new year, the spring equinox, and then everything else happened afterwards. So it's just been a lot. Moving in and of itself is a lot. But especially during like an eclipse season and some intense astrological transits, that throws in some elements that are can be just, you know, very unpredictable. I can't say that things have been bad. Things have been amazing here in this new place. It's just a lot of learning and a lot of paperwork and a lot of rushing around to get the right things so that once we are settled here, we settled, okay? We don't have to keep on going in and out for visa stuff. And so I can't wait to fill you guys in on that. But I definitely wanted to hop on in and not leave you guys hanging, because I know I read your messages, I get your DMs, and it's like, girl, where you at? What happened? And I have just been taking my time, honestly. During this whole moving process, it's been very, and this eclipse process, it's been very unsettling. You know, I'm literally running around with 7 arms, doing all of the things, was looking for the right home, was opening a bank account, was looking in various neighborhoods. What neighborhood do I want to stay here? I plan for this to be a permanent move, or at least a move where I will be here for some years like I was in Bali. So I want to make sure that all the pieces are in the right place, and that takes time. And I really just did not have the access, energy to even be on social media like that, to even just check up on stories. And I'm also exploring a new place, a new continent. And I just wasn't interested in social media. As you may know, social media is a portal, and contingent on how you curate your own pages and on your own feeds and what social media you use during accelerated times like an eclipse, people will be just posting all types of nonsense. There's a lot of drama going out in the media. There's a lot going on in the world. And so I think during this time, I already had a lot on my plate. It was best that I reduce access to all of this cyber stuff that was going on anyway. That can be very overwhelming. So let this be a reminder that it is a new astrological year. It is a new energy. It's always a new energy, but like now with this eclipse, it's definitely bringing situations, circumstances, and heightened awareness to how we should be dictating and leading our own paths. Like, what is best for us? What is healthy for us? What is God and our ancestors and our guides trying to show us, what direction they're trying to steer us in? And so really take that advice, take your inner longings, inner desires, inner prompts into consideration, and curate your social media as much as possible to your own liking. Curate your life. You know, if you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to just be in your own world, your own zone, do that. I think that was what was recommended anyway for this eclipse season, was like rest, chill out, and just don't do the most. But ironically, it just so panned out that what I had going on was the most in a season when you're not supposed to be doing the most, and that was kind of out of my control anyway. So transitions, relocations, new energies, new spirits to work with, new lands to work with, new elementals to work with. Really dope stuff. I can't wait to share with y'all. But also, let's get into this reading. If you guys already know, what I will be doing is giving you a reading for each and every one of your elemental signs: fire, water, earth, and air. So if you know your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, you're going to want to correspond that elemental sign and check for that, and then just view the videos or view the readings for that elemental sign. Or you can view it all and take notes, because there's a lot of information in here that Spirit wants us to know. Now, other church announcements. You know I'm always dropping a sale. You know I always have something going on. So for this and next month, I am running a promotion on my Energetics of Opulence mini course. Okay, it is currently priced at $222. It is going to be 20% off for the duration of this time until June 1st, and you get a free month of Possess Your Spirit membership with the code OPULENCE, all in capital letters, OPULENCE, at the checkout. So if you buy the Energetics of Opulence, the mini course, you can get a free month of Possess Your Spirit. Got tons of downloads, tons of meditations and tutorials in there. You can check it out. If you're particularly in a space where you're like, I need spiritual tools, or I need to dive into my Akashic records, I need to be able to do this work to figure out what the universe is trying to show me, where I should be headed to next, what I need to be doing at this point in time, Possess Your Spirit is your girl. Okay, you could try it out for 1 month free, again using that code. Code is not valid unless you purchase the mini course, the Energetics of Opulence. That mini course you get lifetime access to. It's got about, what, 6+ bonus modules that teach you on how to unwork the programming that you have been filled up with that makes your life harder. It makes it a struggle. We learn how to clear that programming so you can welcome in more ease, more opulence, more wealth, and more abundance. Awakening the abundance codes in your body, in your frequency, so you can start navigating yourself in this world as a conscious co-creator, working with the forces of the universe, the forces of God, to be able to bring more abundance into your life. Okay, and so these modules will teach you various activations, meditations, tutorials on how to reframe your mindset from thinking in terms of lack and limitation to more abundance and opulence, and how to position yourself so that you're not just doing the work, but you're embodying the work. Okay, there's a difference between somebody that's doing the affirmations every day and that's someone versus someone who is really living the affirmations, right? And so this mini course teaches you all of that. If you've been wanting to get into money work, abundance work, wealth work, that is a tutorial for you. A little bit later on in the year, I do intend to do a group class, I guess you can say. It's just going to be an intense group setting with a few people where I guide you through the mini course, but we're going to be working one-on-one with that and doing it a little bit more intensely with our personal money stories and what's coming up for us in that group container. So if you get that now, you will be able to participate in that a bit later in the year. This is something that you can revisit as many times as you like. I myself, in doing this move, am going to revisit it too, because there's a lot going on that's coming up for me, and I'm like, okay, when I get triggered like that, or when I get like I feel like I'm being confined, or like my energy is being repressed in some way, I know that it's time to revisit the energetics of opulence. And so that is there for you, y'all. You can go grab it, link down below. And so let's get started. I feel like we need to get started with fire signs for the week of April 14th all the way to the 21st. Fire, sun, moon, rising, Venus. The energy for fire signs this week, Great Spirit. What is it that you're trying to tell fire signs? What is the message that wants to come through? There's a couple of cards that flew out. So amongst all these cards, what is the main, what are the main, pull two. Okay. I will pull two. Nope, three fell out. Okay, so I will leave those three. And you know what? Spirit never skips a beat, honey. This is for fire, sun, sun, moon, rising, Venus. We're still dealing with eclipse season. So, let's see what's going on here, because there's a lot going on. Child. There's a lot going on. What you guys are getting, fire signs, is the Ace of Pentacles. I was just talking about the energetics of opulence sale until June 1st and what that encompasses. And the Ace of Pentacles kind of represents the opulence of source, the opulence of God, the opulence of the all, whatever you want to personify that energy as. The Ace of Pentacles is a card that highlights material things because it is the element of earth. So we're talking about earthly things in connection to you, fire signs. And so when we talk about aces, it does work with the frequency of source. It works with the frequency of infinite abundance, unlimited abundance, the void, the all, this melting pot where things are just summoned and created from. And so with the Ace of Pentacles, I am getting that the theme is going to be on actual money, currency for you this week. Fire signs, okay? You're going to be focusing on the currency of money, physical money, dollars, coins, bank accounts, transactions, Venmos, things like that, investments, physical houses, a business, making things physically with your hands from a business, the way you share and trade material goods. You know, trading is also a form of currency. So these things are going to be coming up for you. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I do see some unexpected portals this week or until the end of this month to gain in abundance, to get favor, to expand in these areas. Again, that can mean that you're thinking of expanding from where you're currently at in your energetic container. What you currently have, you may be thinking of expanding that, like expanding your monthly income, expanding your yearly income, expanding what you do for a living, expanding how your career is, whether it's you're creating another career, you're creating a business, or you're working for another person, you're wanting to change jobs, you want a new home, or you're moving from a home, you're curious about multiple streams of income or how to generate different streams of income, and you haven't quite decided what that is. Maybe you're looking into how to make digital products so you're more flexible and can make money on the go. Maybe you're curious about making physical products, right? And you're venturing into that. Maybe you're curious about things such as investments and budgeting, going through your what you purchase in a week, what are necessities, what are not, how to maximize on savings, And what's coming through is also energetic currency. So yes, there's a part of this that is financial, and it is financial and it's monetary. There is another part of it that is discussing energetic exchanges. You know, how much do you give of yourself to other people? How much do you give to social media? Like I was mentioning earlier today, how much information do you share with others? And I don't see this as a bad thing with the Ace of Pentacles. This is talking about an area of expansion. So this is going to grow in a way where you will be either getting ideas, downloads, the inspiration, the thought, or the opportunity to expand from where you're currently at. It's like the universe is saying more is possible for you if you desire it for yourself, if you feel like you are worthy, if you truly feel that you are worthy, you can have more. It is out here for you, okay? But a lot of you fire signs are getting the Devil's card. And the Devil card is a red flag for our internal blockages, our internal limitations, stories, patterns, belief systems that we have generated from childhood, that maybe we have inherited epigenetically from our ancestry, that maybe we've learned through traumatic and non-traumatic experiences in our upbringing, with other relationships, from other people, from society, what we believe to be true now, whether that be conscious or subconscious. But these beliefs are now placing a limitation on us accessing more for ourselves, or accessing the possibility for us to expand. What this is highlighting this week is it's almost like there is a barrier, there is a wall between your creativity, your heart's desire, your longing, and what you feel you deserve, what you feel is possible for you to have. Maybe you're thinking a little bit too physically, like there are very real world situations where the world that you're living in operates like this, this, and this, and this. I only have this. It's not really, doesn't seem really feasible for me to get this under the confines of what I'm living in the country, or in the capitalistic operation system that I'm in, right? So it seems like there is a very kind of limitational viewpoint and belief system that is locking you into something that is not allowing you to tap into the infinite and vastness of what is possible for you to achieve your goals, how it is possible for you to access more abundance and more wealth. You don't necessarily need to know how it is coming in. You just need to be clear on what it is you desire, right? And so the Devil is sitting right in the middle between here. It's like this infinite source of abundance, this currency of God, this monetarily wealth, or your own energy. There is something that is siphoning it. There's something that is blocking it. Whether it be stories, whether it be belief systems, whether it be your own, like, I would never want to be like one of those rich people because they are just bad. And like the stories that people have, like billionaires can only be billionaires because they abuse the system. And that could be a limitational belief system, right? I'm not saying that that's everyone's belief system, but that is an example, right? So there is something that is blocking you from your heart's desires. Queen of Cups is coming up as your third card here. And the Queen of Cups is the queen of invocation. And what does she invoke from? What does she summon from? What does she conjure from? She conjures from the realm of emotions, her desires, her womb, her pelvis, her sacral chakra. And she conjures this effortlessly. There's no block. There's no, like, I really want this, but I can't have it because that's my income. Or, I can't have it because I'm too old. Or, I can't have it because that's not my lifestyle. Or, I can't have it because only those type of people have that. There is no limitation like that with her. It is, I want what I want, and I'm able to feel it, and I'm able to, even though I might not have it right now, I know it is coming, and I know that source is going to deliver it to me because the world is infinite. How can it not deliver it to me? if there is a will, there's a way. I'm just putting out a clear signal, and I'm making sure that there is nothing blocking that signal. I'm only focusing on my desires, and I'm bringing it in. What this is saying this week, very much on par with the energetics of opulence. If you want to go ahead and revisit that course, if you guys haven't, this is a perfect time during this eclipse season to revisit that course, during the beginning of this year to revisit that mini course. Or if you don't have it, this is a perfect time to invest in that, to begin to discover what are my money wounds, what are my energetic currency wounds, what are my abundance and opulence wounds. You know, why do I feel like I can't deserve this? What do I have shame around when it comes to money or treating myself? You know, because I feel like the opportunity, in many ways, the universe, God, source, your spirits, your ancestors are kind of forcing you to expand, or kind of forcing you to see, like, if you open up the window, there's a whole nother world out there that you haven't explored that is much juicier than what you've experienced now, and you're ready to experience this new world. But you're still scared to go out that window. You don't want to go out that building. You have this story that something is going to attack you, or something is going to happen if you leave your home, right? You have that story. So what is that story? And that is what the devil is trying to clue you in this week. And the way that it is going to clue you in is through the Queen of Cups. This could be a time where you're just picking up emotionally. You could be very sad. You could be very lethargic. You could just have like this trigger of these past memories or these emotions that are stuck in your body that you thought you had been able to settle and cure and move on from, but you didn't. And that is okay. You know, really, there's no overcoming this, but sitting with the emotions, feeling the feelings heavily. Letting yourself just be still, giving yourself grace, feeling the feeling, journaling it out, working it out, doing some rituals around it if you want to, meditating it out, opening up your records about it, pulling some cards about it, praying about it, sleeping on it. As long as you're really feeling and letting that emotional currency out of your body, because that currency is telling a story. It is a frequency that is allowing you to have a certain reality. And if that frequency is still stuck in your body of a particular reality that you no longer want, you need to let it go so that the frequency of what you're trying to bring in can come in easily and boom, have like a boomerang effect on everything around you, bringing you more of what it is that you want. The goal here is to be able to feel free, feel safe in your body, allow your emotions to flow as much as possible. If you're feeling scared, let yourself feel scared. If you're feeling sad, let yourself feel sad. If you're feeling shameful, let yourself feel shameful. If you're feeling happy, let yourself feel happy. If you're feeling sexual, let yourself feel sexual, without trying to plug that in, without trying to change that emotion into something else. This is for you. What's really interesting, fire sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus, is that you're getting this devil card, which is almost a warning. Too much fire for you guys at this time is not advised. This is not the element that you want to be playing with. No fire, not too many spicy foods, not too much sun, not too much heat, not too much red, yellow, orange clothes. Something cool, something grounding. We're bringing in earth, we're bringing in water, drinking tons of water, taking spiritual baths if you can, taking sea salt baths that are fixed with certain herbs and essential oils that are going to help cleanse you, that are going to help soothe you, that are going to help regulate your nervous system, taking some adaptogens that will bring you back down to earth, that will help you be one with your emotions. All of this is helpful. Doing money work, doing work around the currency of expansion when it comes to abundance, wealth. You know, what does wealth mean for you? What does luxury mean for you? What does opulence mean for you? It doesn't have to be Hollywood. It doesn't have to be excessive. For some people, opulence is like, the opulence for me is, you know, having ample free time in the morning for me to relax and start my day the way I want to start my day, right? Some people's opulence is having enough resources to be able to have somebody to watch my child so that I have extra time to do other things that I want, right? So it varies. You know, some other people's opulences is having like a fancy mansion or having the latest luxury bags, right? We're not here to shame it. Somebody's opulence is like having healthy foods, you know, organic foods. It's all different. So, you know, cueing in on these stories, cueing in on these wounds, cueing in on where the resistance lies in your body, where the shame, where the hurt, where the guilt, where the I can't have that because I'm not worthy. And tracking that down is going to be your homework of the week, is what Spirit is kind of preparing you, fire signs, to get into. Something bigger this way comes, and it's almost like you're not quite ready to get it yet. Your life may look like it's ready. You may have the money, you may not, but it's almost like that the money doesn't necessarily matter. It's the emotional disposition. Are you energetically and emotionally open and ready to receive this? Some people say they want things, but emotionally they're just not at a space to get it. Or they just fundamentally and subconsciously don't believe they can get it despite how much work that they do. So you guys need to kind of do the work and the reverse engineering to be like, oh, this thought keeps on coming up for me. Or this belief keeps on coming up for me. This feeling keeps on coming up for me. I wonder where I got that from. And I wonder where in my body I'm feeling that. And what is that feeling telling me? And what does it remind me of? And just keep on going back. Like, the feeling could be like, oh, I was in the store and I noticed that I couldn't afford this thing that I wanted, and oh, I got so angry, right? And ooh, like, okay, you're feeling the anger, and the anger is in your throat, right? And then you sit with that feeling, and it's like the more you explore that sensation in your throat, what is it bringing up? Maybe it's going to make you cry, right? And then this tears that are coming, or this ball of energy that you're feeling choked up on, what does that make you feel? Well, maybe it's bringing back these memories of when you were with your mother and you really wanted something at the toy store, but she was like yelling at you because you couldn't have it, and you were insistent and you wouldn't stop about it. She was yelling at you, no, you can't have it, we don't have money, right? Shut that down, right? And so the feeling of shame and the feeling of having your voice shut down, having your desires shut down, feeling like you weren't worthy of it, even though your mother maybe was overwhelmed at that time, was probably embarrassed that she couldn't afford it for you, was probably overwhelmed with you. This is an example, right? And she didn't mean to. That's still the programming that you got. You got almost like, it's bad, it's shameful to ask for my desires, I can't have it, I'm not worthy of it, I can't afford it, right? And so that feeling that you had as a child is now coming up in that current situation of what you experienced when you went to the store and saw this thing that you wanted that you couldn't afford. And that anger came up, and it was like, why am I angry about this? That is something that you will have to kind of do the work. You will have to kind of do the inner excavation and the inner alchemy work for, right? And I just gave you an example on how to do that. It's very much embodiment work. It's very much energy work. It's very much inner grace work and journaling work. There's so many ways we can do that. Again, the energetic of opulence gives you various tools on how to do that. But this is the guidance that you're getting for this week. It's something big is coming in many platforms, in many avenues, and Spirit is trying to make sure, have you cultivated the awareness to receive it? Have you cultivated the inner space to receive it? And they want you to reframe and rewire the way you're thinking about money, the way you're thinking about wealth, the way you're thinking about opulence, and to get decisive on what it is that you want. Okay, fire signs. I just want to say this real quick. Heartbreak and loss is coming up in reverse. So anything in terms of any mishaps and limitations that you've experienced in the past about money, that is currently being cleared, but you do have to finish up, have to co-participate in that clearing. Memories of love. So a lot of this does deal with the past or maybe your childhood. Material and spiritual prosperity. So like I said, much more is coming, but you will decide what is the threshold, how much you can contain, how big is your basket to take in the wealth and the gold that's coming your way. All right, Earth. Let's get into you, Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Great Spirit. What do Earth signs need to know this week for the week of April 14th all the way to the 21st? Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's get into it, Great Spirit. Okay, we are getting the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. So two threes, shall I say. This is telling me threes is the number of collaboration. Threes is the number of collaboration. Whatever you do this week, you cannot do it alone. And it doesn't mean with humans, it could mean with the spirit realm. So it would be a vital week, Earth signs, for you to pray. Praying doesn't mean that you need to sit in front of your altar and speak out loud. Praying could be setting intentions in your heart before you do anything. Maybe you're checking in with your intuition, with source, with your ancestors. What is it that you guys want me to do today? What is my best course of action today for success? What is the best outfit I can wear today for success? Who should I be hanging out with? What should I be doing in my business? Just checking in on every little thing, getting guidance. I think that is going to be filling your cup, so to speak. Collaborations, building, okay? This is a week for building. This is a week for networking. This is a week for negotiations. This is a week for reading the fine line, the fine print. This is a week for reviewing details in things that you're doing with other people, where other people are involved, okay? I do feel like this week, Earth signs, is much more relaxed for you. I'm not certain, because I haven't done these videos in a minute, but I'm not certain how the prior weeks have been for you, Earth signs, but I do feel like it is much more relaxed. And so we are, okay, I feel like it's, okay, it's much more relaxed. And okay, okay, hold on. So Spirit wants you to chill. Spirit wants you to chill. Spirit wants you to be in the me bag. And what the me bag means, we're getting here with the Three of Pentacles. Usually, excuse me, the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a jovial energy, is an energy of socializing. It is an energy of sensuality and femininity and letting source, letting guides, letting humans cater to you, right? Living in your feminine era, living in that soft life era. And that is not just material things. It is an embodiment. It is a way of life. It is a being. It is in your head, you are honey and things come to you and everything is sweet and you're taking time to reap the benefits of the pleasures of life around you, right? And I think this week is telling you that. It's saying, okay, we've had a crash course into this eclipse. We've had a rough time with the Three of Cups. I do see it being a good time to, if you want to socialize with a selective few friends that you share the same values with, go see them, go have some drinks, go hang out, go catch up, or go indulge yourself, go buy yourself some wine, go soak in a tub, go make yourself a nice juicy love bath, go dress in your finest attire, go treat yourself out on a date, or go do something within your means that is helping you be more soft, more sweet, more juicy, more pleasurable, right? I also see this week being a good time to consult love spirits, to consult water spirits, to really spend time with goddesses and deities that are of the divine feminine nature, okay? Honoring the women in your lineage, the sweet women in your lineage, or sweetening them up with cakes and sugars and candies and wine and honey. And if you want to give them offerings and things like that, but also to indulge in these things yourself, okay? That is a portion of the energy of this week. Now we are also, as you are doing this, Spirit almost like simultaneously wants you to be in Virgo mode. I know we are in earth signs, so this doesn't just apply to just Virgos. It applies to all earth signs, but we're getting the Knight of Swords. So there is an advantage in being hyper meticulous and attentive and aware to, one, your own desires, two, the path that you are now leading yourself onto. So Spirit wants you to focus on the next 4 to 6 months. What is it that you want from those 4 to 6 months? What are your set goals? Who are the people you want around you? What sort of success do you want to conjure? What is your, what sort of body, what sort of health, what sort of wealth, what sort of creativity? What do you want to learn? What do you want to experience? Right? And start curating that around you. Start making sure that the people you have around you fit that mold, the energy that you're investing in, whether it's self-education or not, fits that mold. Be mindful of any sort of negotiations, contracts, people that you meet, people that you talk to. They could have, you know, ideas that help stimulate you, opportunities that help you expand, some sort of advice, some sort of, it is some sort of advice, an offering, a suggestion, opportunity that is going to help you grow. Again, this could be in the form of a book suggestion, excuse me, an event that you are invited out to, or something that they're talking about in their own lives that they have done that helps them, and that you are like, oh, you paid attention to that, so you're gonna implement that in your own life. I think it's time to really consider curating and building your own life, like particularly when it comes to sensuality, when it comes to the soft life, when it comes to welcoming more ease and abundance. Spirit here, you know, is giving you the 3 of Pentacles. So yes, we have this softness in the beginning of the week, or this energy of softness, but we also have this meticulous, like, okay, in order for me to sustain this, I do need to make sure that everything in my life also mirrors this, right? And that can mean that there are boundaries, that there are set rules, and laws and things that you follow, and you communicate to other people so that they can choose to follow, right? And in that way, it's building a stronger structure for you to be able to sustain this wellness, this self-care, this softness that you're bringing in. Again, you could have vital advice coming in the form of close girlfriends, or someone in your life that embodies success through their feminine energy. It could be someone that is coaching women, or does a lot of love work, or is an artist, or they're using their feminine energy to make money in some way. And that, you know, through talking to them or being around them or observing them, you're learning some tips, you're learning some life hacks that is going to help you expand and grow your life, and you're like experimenting with it. So this is a week to experiment. This is a week to do different things with beautification rituals, with boundaries, with, you know, maybe going to bed earlier, or maybe choosing to read 10, 15, 20 minutes of a book that is teaching you something, that is helping you be a better version of yourself. What's interesting is you guys are getting the emotional withdrawal card. And so if any of you have been rather distant with this eclipse, or in prayer mode, in connection mode, this is a time to almost shift out of it. Like, I feel like a part of you, earth signs, want to be in the cave, want to be in the shell, but balance is coming out. Like, there are certain opportunities and new pathways that will appear to you if you socialize, if you follow the prompts and the hunches that you get. Like, if you're feeling like, I need to be calling this person, or I want to check in on X, Y, and see how they're doing, or maybe I want to watch this video. It doesn't have to be a human in person. Maybe it's somebody you know online, and you're checking up on their content, and they share something with you, and it's like, ooh, I'm gonna try that, or I needed that one book to open up my mind with this. It's saying don't just kind of be in the monotonous rut. You have to change things up emotionally. You have to be able to take better care of yourself this week to make up for what has happened in the past, whether it's the beginning of the eclipse or the weeks prior. Why? Because, okay, like the fire signs, you too are getting prosperity. You're cultivating the field to be able to grow prosperous plants, and you're like preparing. It's like you're becoming someone new. You're up leveling, right? And up leveling doesn't start all like one boom boom and tomorrow you're just a brand new person. It starts with tiny little shifts and changes, tiny habits that are implemented each day, tiny things that ball up into something huge, right? They become something huge later, earth signs. And so what I am saying is keep your ears and your eyes open. Keep that intent open. God, source, I am open to all the opulence, abundance, and the resources you want to bring me that bring joy, ease, and happiness into my life. I am open to all of this in the form of books, in the form of money, in the form of whatever, for the highest good of all involved. I'm open to it. So, when it comes my way, help me to be aware that this is a thing that's going to change my life, that I need to read up on, or I need to take, or this money that I'm going to receive is a blessing. Help me to be aware of that. Help me to get the inspiration of what is it that I need to do next to be my most successful version of myself, the happiest, the most fulfilled, the most thrived version of myself, right? And just stay open, because that is going to stream through. Make sure you're having fun this week. Make sure you're indulging in pleasure this week, because again, we want to get you out of this monotonous rut of this emotional withdrawal card. All right. So whatever you need to do to balance that out, it will help you welcome in what's coming your way, earth signs. Air signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Let's get into air signs for the week of April 14th till the 21st. Air, sun, moon, air. Y'all getting the devil card. And what's coming up to mind is words are spells. Be mindful of what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking, what you're saying out loud. This period of time, this energy that permeates around you, air signs, could still be a little triggering. You could still want to kill somebody. And you need to find healthier ways to cope with that. You don't want your words to backfire on you. You don't want them to manifest. And also, even internalized anger, internalized frustration. I don't look good. That this is not working for me. It's almost like you need to be delusional this week. The devil is inner limitations. It's you being a red flag to yourself. So, are there any other external red flags they need to be looking out for, Spirit? Okay, so Spirit is saying relationships, particularly romantic relationships, love relationships, whomever you may live with, whomever you may share or sleep with, that could be particularly triggering at this time too. It's not necessarily like, oh my God, we're breaking up, but it's just an intense time. So I would say everybody needs a spiritual bath, cleanse your home, cleanse yourself. And if it's not that, you want to be mindful of what you're thinking in terms of how you show up in relationships, what you're trying to attract in relationships, air signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. You can't just be impulsive. Spirit is saying be calculated, don't be impulsive. So with everything that you're thinking, with everything that you're saying, pause and notice what is your intention before you say it. What are you trying to get out of this? You need to kind of view yourself as a powerful person that can manifest pretty rapidly. And so this week, you don't want to be all lollygag. You want to mind the energy that is coming out of your mouth. So again, this is just a fair warning not to be a red flag onto yourself. But it is also talking and highlighting the power of the tongue, the manifestation, the ashe of the mouth. And so with this time, you can use it to pray over yourself what you want. Use it to create affirmations and say these things what you want. Because yes, as much as it is a time for you to destroy and take and just, you know, take from energy, it is a time to create and manifest and bless yourself too. And you're getting that with the Ace of Rods. So I feel like this is instant, and that's why God is like, please just don't make things worse for yourself. Like, even if you're complaining about something that is happening in your life, just don't. Be like, okay, at least I'm grateful that this has happened. I'm not saying don't be satisfied, because I'm not saying a lie about your emotions. I'm just saying be calculated and be intentional with what you are creating through your mouth. All right, you're creating. So don't let it be a complaint. Let it be like, okay, I'm grateful, and this is what I want. This is what happened, all right? But this is what I want, okay? And thank you for delivering that, ancestors and source. Thank you. I'm so happy that this is here, because I feel like this in life is just so easy now, right? And boom, I don't have to worry about this anymore because it's being taken care of, right? So that's something you can say. There's solutions are always being provided for me. Things are always being taken care of for me. God is my sugar daddy, all right? You can use that one. That one I love the most because it works. So mind your tongue is the biggest thing that is coming out for you, air signs. What else? What else? Okay. All right. Some of you air signs will have interesting revelations regarding the women in your lives. Okay, that could be someone that you're dating, someone that you're entertaining, some friends, elders, family members, just women in general, right? What's showing up is these two particular characters in opposition. These two particular characters can have some sort of discord with one another or discord with you. You're going to have some revelations over this. What this is telling me here with the Judgment card is it's showing you as the bigger character. It's showing you as the more evolved character. It's showing you as the wiser character. So what could be is that you're placed in a predicament to be some sort of a guide, a mentor, a coach, a voice of reason, and that could even be for yourself. It could be that you notice something unfavorable with these two characters, or you're learning through them, and it's like, okay, I know how to move forward now, or I thank you, God, for this information that you're showing me, because now I know that I need to do X, Y, and Z in my life. This is also this sort of advice, this sort of wisdom that you are observing or you're picking up from or you learn from these two characters can help you make a lot of money here. It can help you generate a lot of abundance later on. It may not be instant money, but it is coming up as long-term sustainable income. You know, if any of you guys are being mentored by someone, it could be a time for you to go your own way. Could be a time where you're like, all right, I've gotten what I needed, and I feel like now is my time I've outgrown this. Now is my time to take my own path. It can also be a time where you're rising up as a leader, as a mentor, and you're, you know, whether it is your mother, you're a big sister, you're a friend, you're a spiritualist, this sort of feminine energy that you're observing with these women or women in general, it is kind of maybe giving you ideas about what sort of role you need to take up now. Maybe it's like, oh, this is too much for me, I gotta hike up my prices, or this is a service that is needed, or maybe I'm actually really good to be doing this sort of career path and I didn't consider it, or maybe this person is a little too toxic for me right now, I need to take a break from them, or, you know, whatever shape or form this sort of observation, wisdom, and download is coming in, it is going to be helping you expand in resources and save resources, right? And that is usually financial resources, but You do have the Three of Swords, and I do feel like there is some sort of separation here. There's a decision to separate yourself from a way of doing things, a person, place, or thing. Like I do see you evolving as a bigger person. You have been tied down from someone. You have been maybe seeing the truth for what it really is. And again, if you're in that predicament, use your ashe of the tongue to manifest a new solution, an idea, an opportunity, a resource, a path to clear itself. Because what you don't want to do is feel oppressed or feel angered, which you can, but just don't use them words against you. Child. What is showing up here is the Three of Cups. And so I do feel like some of you guys have close friends or spirits that can guide you through this. Like maybe you need to do a divination with them, or maybe you just need to ask for your friend's advice, or just need to take a break with some friends and recoup and be loved on. And that can be a form of you getting what you need. But again, this disruption card is telling me something is shifting here, and it is shifting for the better, and it is something that the universe has been trying to tell you for some time, and it's coming through the form of these two feminine energies. Again, it could be two women or two people with distinct feminine energies, harmony, two people again. And this disruption is going to be inconvenient for a lot of you that have ignored it or are really placing a lot of emphasis on your own emotions. It's almost a time to be not necessarily emotionless, but neutral. Be like, okay, I notice that I'm angry, I'm feeling my anger, but I'm not acting out on it. I'm going to be neutral, and instead I'm going to choose to create what I want. So I'm going to choose to focus on what I want. I'm going to choose to pray on what I want. I'm going to choose to say and act and be in the energy of what I want. And things are just going to handle itself, okay? So I really do feel like Spirit is trying to yank these things from you that no longer serve you. It could be people, it could be something that is going on in these people's lives that you're learning vicariously through them, and Spirit is trying to show you, take an example from them and don't do what they're doing. It's going to be a little rocky, but again, you have resources. Again, your spirits, your love spirits, your feminine spirits, your goddesses, really take heed on those divinations. Really sit with them. Really pray. Pray with your own feminine energy. Talk to your own feminine energy, because that is going to guide you. Again, if you guys have the energetics of opulence, I will go ahead and review some of the techniques and tactics. We have a sale for 20% off this month on the energetics of opulence, this and next month, and 1 free month of the Possess Your Spirit membership using the code OPULENCE when you buy the energetics of opulence, right? So you can get that, or you can review the Art of Sensuality. Both can help you in this predicament right now. Again, also working your own spirits, also being mindful of your own feminine energy. Air signs, I'm seeing you guys as the wiser person here. So don't let external circumstances control you. Don't let something work your nerves. Just almost, it's like giving almost a batala energy. Like, you can be pushed, you can be provoked, but be the bigger person, because that's really going to pay off. And it's almost like the universe is really trying to test you in some way, because you've been stubborn on something before. And it's like, okay, we will have to show you through these two people. All right, we'll see what this person does. We'll see what you do, right? And so what is going to help, because this is a period of fast manifestation for you, is invoking through your ashe. Whether it's you're using bay leaves, whether you're praying into water, whether you're just praying, or, using intention in and throughout your day, that is going to be the most helpful tool for you, air signs. Last but not least, water signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Great Spirit, what do water signs need to know for this week of April 14th to the 21st? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, sun, moon, rising, Venus, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Water signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay, so Water, if you guys feel like you have been in some sort of rut and it has been slow, like you feel like the year hasn't technically started, you're always going against a wall, you're always meeting a wall. We're getting the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like very low key. It could be reserved, it could be investing in oneself, but right now the image I'm getting is almost like being like always encountering a wall. You're trying to get through a solution, you're encountering a wall. You're trying to get through the solution, you're encountering a wall. With the Strength card here, Strength card is talking about a challenge, but when we see the Strength card, it is a divine challenge. It's not like, oh, is someone throwing at me? Maybe I gotta feed Eshu. Maybe there's a block on my road. Maybe I gotta cleanse myself. I don't think that's the thing. I think that this is a divine lesson that is manifesting as a form of frustration. And the good thing is that the Chariot is coming through. There is a breakthrough, whether it's this month, or this week, or this month. The Chariot is a breakthrough. And so what it is saying, if you've been encountering that wall consistently, it is saying that that wall is about to break. You also have the Temptation card, and I think that's a big theme for everyone this week, is like this devil. And what is coming up right now for everybody, for every one of the signs, is that this temptation isn't something external. It's not, oh, is someone throwing at me? Just like what I said, this thing is blocked. It's more about how do you use your inner fortitude? How do you access your inner resources? How are you treating yourself during times of great difficulty and challenge? Are you allowing the forces around you to manipulate how you treat yourself, how you think about yourself, what you believe is possible, what you believe you're worthy of? Are you getting frustrated? Are you letting this wall defeat you instead of you defeating the wall? Instead of you trying to defeat the wall, you need to become like water, so you permeate in and through it. So that every emotion is like, okay, I feel this, I feel this, I'm not trying to resist this. This is boom, okay, next emotion. You know, it's almost like be like water at this time, because this could be a very volatile period for you guys emotionally. Water signs, you could really beat yourself up right before a breakthrough arises. And what I see here with the Eight of Swords is, you do feel pretty beaten up. You feel confused. You feel blocked. You're mentally overstimulated. And the only thing you could do right now is almost like metaphorically cuddle up on a mom's lap and let your mom give you a head rub, right? In whatever way you can do that, in whatever activities and things you can engage with that feel like that give you that homely feeling, that is what you need to do right now. It's almost like take a break from this situation. The situation is going to resolve itself naturally, but you needed to go through this almost inner turmoil and chaos so you can see the reality of how you're treating yourself. It's not even like what's going on externally. It's almost like as you're encountering this wall, it's reflecting some sort of wall you have inside of yourself. And you're not confronting it. You're not feeling it. You're not opening up to how this wall was already placed there. There's someone in your life that's going to shine light on that. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a person you see online, whether it's a spirit, a family member, the sun is coming out, meaning that the solution is not only just going to be rapid because it's falling on top of the Chariot, but it is a breakthrough. It's almost like whatever this thing you have gone through, water signs, it's life-changing. It's life-changing, and the solution is permanent. I don't feel like you're going to go through it again, but it is going to manifest in a perspective shift, a mental shift, a mindset shift, and an empowerment shift in the way you carry yourself, in the way you hold yourself, in the way you navigate and move around the world. That is going to shift too. And it's almost like this external blockage, this external resistance that you have been going through, that you've been experiencing, that you've been fighting. It's you fighting yourself in some way, and you're going to figure out why. You're going to figure out how. You're going to figure out what does this truly mean? And it's going to arise in a very organic way. And again, it come from another person's words, ideas. But I see you here as the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the Mademoiselle, the Madame, the Queen of Queens, the Witches of Witches, and the Queen of the Energetic Opulence. Okay, take advantage of that sale. Link down below. Free month of Possess Your Spirit all the way up until June 1st. Okay, with the code Opulence. But look at her. She don't blink if something doesn't work. Okay, God's my sugar daddy. I know it's gonna work out for me. Just setting a clear signal to source. This is what I want. This is not working out. And the Nine of Pentacles is going to be open to any guidance that they may receive, any internal desires that they may feel pulled to act on, or they will just naturally attract the solution, or the person that's going to offer the solution, or the thing that's going to offer the solution. There is no doing, there's just being. There's something in this resistance that is trying to get you to be aware. Where are you doing the most and not being? What are you not accepting yourself to be? You know, what do you feel shameful about? What is now clearing your system? I feel like something is clearing your system, right? And the final result is you being in your full power. But what a glorious thing that will be when we get there, all right? So all the earthly signs, as you know, Energetics of Opulence is on sale, 20% off. It was $222. It's now like, what, $177? And you get a free month of Possess Your Spirit with code Opulence. If you try to use just code without purchasing the Energetics of Opulence, then you ain't getting that free month, all right? Don't even try it. But I will see y'all next week. I love you deep. All right? I still got to do the things, but y'all going to hear from me real soon. I'm so happy to do this. Peace.